Welcome to Day 3 of the Independence Protocol. Over the last 2 days, we have established the foundational laws of your sovereignty. On Day 1, we expose the consumer trap that keeps you financially dependent. On Day 2, we address the attention economy that is actively harvesting your cognitive bandwidth. But today, we elevate the conversation to the ultimate currency of human existence. We are going to confront the absolute, uncompromising, and deeply uncomfortable math of your daily life. Today, we destroy the illusion of free time. If you observe the language of the masses, the people who are perpetually stressed, perpetually indebted, and perpetually complaining about their lack of progress, you will notice a recurring phrase that serves as their universal shield against accountability. That phrase is, "I just don't have the time." When you ask them why they haven't launched that consulting business they've been talking about for 3 years, they say they don't have the time. When you ask them why they haven't sat down to study technical analysis, understand index funds, or build an automated investing pipeline, they claim their schedule is simply too full. They genuinely believe that the reason they are not financially free is because the universe has shortchanged them on hours, while somehow giving Elon Musk, elite hedge fund managers, and successful self-made founders a secret 25-hour day. This is not just a lie, it is a psychological defense mechanism. It is a fabricated story you tell yourself to avoid the painful friction of executing hard work. Let us strip away the emotion, remove the excuses, and look at the cold, hard mathematics of a human week. Time is the only truly egalitarian asset on the planet. Whether you are a billionaire operating a global enterprise or an entry-level employee drowning in debt, you are issued the exact same 168 hours every single week. The only variable that separates the sovereign operator from the dependent consumer is the strategic allocation of those hours. Let us do the accounting together. Out of your 168 hours, let us assume you sleep 8 hours a night to maintain elite physical and cognitive function. That subtracts 56 hours. You have 112 hours remaining. Let us assume you work a standard, relatively demanding job that requires 40 hours a week, and we will even add 10 hours of commuting and preparation time. That subtracts 50 hours. You have 62 hours remaining. Let us allocate another 20 hours a week for basic human maintenance, eating, showering, running errands, and baseline survival tasks. Do the math. Even under a highly demanding schedule, you are left with 42 hours of pure, unallocated discretionary time every single week. 42 hours. That is the equivalent of an entire second full-time job. If you were to take those 42 hours and aggressively invest them into building high-leverage assets, if you spent 10 hours a week mastering market mechanics and risk-to-reward ratios, another 20 hours building the architecture of a scalable side business, and the remaining 12 hours reading, strategizing, and upgrading your mental software, your life would be unrecognizable in 6 months. You would possess the financial literacy and the income-generating vehicles to fire your boss and step entirely outside the traditional economic system. So the terrifying multi-million-dollar question you must answer today is this: where are your 42 hours going? They are not disappearing into thin air. You are spending them, but you are spending them on activities that yield a 0% return on your investment. You are bleeding them out through microtransactions of wasted attention. You spend 45 minutes scrolling on your phone before you even get out of bed. You spend an hour staring blankly at the television after dinner because you claim you need to decompress. You burn entire Saturday afternoons drinking with people who have absolutely no ambition, simply because you do not want to sit alone in a room and face the difficult work of building your future. You must understand the critical distinction between maintenance and leverage. Maintenance activities are the things you do simply to stay alive and keep your current system running. Your 9-to-5 job is maintenance. Cooking, cleaning, and paying bills are maintenance. Escapist entertainment is psychological maintenance. Maintenance keeps you exactly where you are. It prevents you from sinking, but it does absolutely nothing to elevate you. Leverage activities, on the other hand, are asymmetrical. They are the hours you invest today that will pay you dividends for the rest of your life. When you spend 3 hours learning how to set up an automated ETF savings plan or how to read a balance sheet, that knowledge compounds forever. When you spend 20 hours building a digital product or launching a service-based business, you create a cash flow vehicle that can scale independently of your physical labor. The tragic reality of the middle class is that they spend 100% of their waking hours on maintenance and 0% on leverage. And then they wonder why, after a decade of working hard, they are still financially trapped. If you want to become a sovereign operator, you must become ruthlessly protective of your discretionary time. You have to stop treating your off hours as a time to escape and start treating them as your primary building blocks. Why is it so hard to do this? Why do intelligent, ambitious people continue to waste their 42 hours? Because building leverage requires you to step into the friction zone. Coming home from an 8-hour shift and sitting down to study candlestick charts, or writing a business plan, or building a marketing funnel is inherently uncomfortable. Your brain is tired. Your primitive nervous system wants to conserve energy. It demands the path of least resistance, which is why it pulls you toward the couch, the remote control, and the endless scroll. When you tell yourself, "I'm too tired to work on my business tonight, I just need to relax," you are not relaxing. You are actively choosing to extend your financial dependency. You are choosing to remain an employee for another day, another month, another year, because you prefer the immediate comfort of the couch over the delayed gratification of true freedom. This ends today. You cannot manage what you do not measure. If a business is losing money, the CEO does not just guess where the leak is. They order a forensic audit of the accounting books. You are the CEO of your life, and today you are ordering a forensic audit of your time. Your operational directive for day 3 is to execute the 72-hour time audit. For the next 3 days, you will carry a notebook or open a dedicated note on your phone. Every single time your activity changes, you will write it down. You will not estimate. You will track it with the precision of a sniper. If you spend 22 minutes scrolling on social media, you write it down. If you spend 45 minutes watching a show, you write it down. If you spend an hour complaining about your job over a beer, you write it down. At the end of the 72 hours, you are going to look at that data. It will be incredibly ugly, and it will be deeply uncomfortable. You will see exactly how much of your life is being incinerated on low-tier, zero-leverage distractions. But in that discomfort lies your liberation. Once you see the monster, you can kill it. You will reclaim those lost hours. You will consolidate them into solid, unbroken blocks of deep work. You will take the time you previously used to complain about your lack of freedom, and you will use it to physically construct the vehicle that will buy your freedom. Stop pretending you don't have time. Stop waiting for a magical month where your schedule suddenly clears up. It never will. The time is already there, hiding in the margins, waiting for an owner to take command of it. Seize your hours, build your leverage, and own your path.